Here in Charlotte. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Carolina Panthers. Two teams here that came into the NFL together back in 1995, and off we go between the Jags and the Panthers. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to the air right away, Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Lawrence. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game. 4th down. Here's Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Young. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They'll run with Sanders. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Young will set to throw. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Sanders, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? To me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Forced out to his left. And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Lawrence to throw. That is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Lawrence will throw. Rolling to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down. They'll set up to throw. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now Lawrence on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2.
Now Lawrence on the move to his left. Thrown across the field, and that will easily be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. They'll start with the option. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A play fake. Now Young. Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Meanwhile, Young's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Now Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
A 55-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. Young now. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On 1st and 10, Young. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakan. And the Jaguars are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, Lawrence. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 13 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Here's Lawrence.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
An 8-yard pickup.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Etienne bringing in another one.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Lawrence
steps away. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Brenton Strange.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Woods with a pick.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Young on 3rd down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And this is going to be intercepted. Intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do, but that's a big swing in momentum right there.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Young will set to throw.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Chark. Now inside the 25. DJ Chark. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Chark, 82 yards. And the Panthers are once again back in front. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Up to midfield. Jamal Agnew. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want him to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now 2nd and 5.
Young to throw it.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
That throw by Young incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll throw again. Young.
That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
A 2nd down throw for Young. And that is taken in by Hurst. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll run a draw now with Hubbard.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Young on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now here's Young.
Now throw right side here going to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
That's caught by Mingo right side.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
That one down the field for Strange. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And now off to the races, down the right side.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game.
That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Out to his left. And he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Lawrence will throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley from 4 yards out.
And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And this will remain a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Open man is Mingo, complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line.
Young now from the 50. And Shark hauls it in. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Chark. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Panthers have come back to make it a 2-point game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. Down the numbers. There he goes.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the 2nd half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead is up to 5. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Lawrence going to get this to ETN.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Lawrence to throw. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here's Lawrence. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
ETN up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd. Touchdown!
Brenton Strange.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Jaguars have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
A quick throw complete to Chark.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
DJ Chark.
Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Chark, 70 yards.
And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Piñeiro now to kick this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back.
There he goes left side.
Travis Etienne racing to the end zone.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne,
82 yards.
And the Jaguars use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Jaguars 33, Panthers 30. Brendan McManus to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
That's once again complete to Shark.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Young.
2nd and 3.
That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and goal at the 3-yard
Hubbard
line.
will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Young with it, 3rd and goal. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing it.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Right back to Hubbard.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brought down at the 23-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
1st down, Jacksonville.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he takes it across midfield to the 45.
95 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Here's a give to Etienne.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And quickly they get to
It's Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
A handoff for Etienne.
And he'll get this down only to the 18.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second.
Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
A quarterback draw. Here's Young.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And his kick is good. From 49 yards away, he nailed it. And the Panthers have won the football game.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have